has not had the answer for Jalen Rose.
Larry Bird's bench, one of the deepest and most effective in the league. It's been that way all year long.
Doug, they've been successful in taking Jackson out of this series, but another problem popped up in Jalen Rose.
Johnson finds Cummings.
See, I think what Van Gundy has done in playing Terry Cummings as opposed to Chris Dudley has given them more offensive looks.
Smith doubled. Hold on, says Bill Oakes. New York in an impressive stretch here with Ewing on the bench, and that is meant in no way to disparage Patrick. His persistence in trying to come back is something everyone has to admire, and he has something to contribute here. But they have gone on a run with him as a spectator.
I think it's very hard for Larry Johnson and Patrick to play together. They both demand that low block.
Trying to recover an errant pass. Rose travels. Something else worth noting, while the Knicks have made the run with Ewing sitting, Indiana has stalled a little bit with Mark Jackson sitting and not running their offense. Here is Childs slithering through, and Chris Childs winning back some of the affection of the Garden crowd in the last several minutes.
Well, that's the one thing about playing in New York. If you score a couple of buckets, they love you. But if you come out and you're not playing well, they hate you.
Tough crowd. Travis Best dishes it out to McKee. Now it's Rose for three. Spins out for him. New York with a chance to take the lead. They have never been in front. Cummings over Smith's air ball. Out of bounds to the Pacers, and the miss by Cummings stops a string of 6 consecutive successful field goal attempts by New York. Suddenly a one-point game. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Larry Bird's favorite bench player has been doing it all. Now, Jalen is a scorer. He takes Allen Houston into the lane and then shifts him on the elbow as he goes up for the three-pointer. Watch as he curls, and he uses his right hand. Now, he's not good at coming off screen shooting, but Jalen can score in a variety of ways.
Which he did in game 1, hitting 6 of 8. Not so effective. The next time, 2 of 6 in game 2. Here he scored the last 7 Indiana points dating back to late in the first quarter. Patrick Ewing back in. A steal by New York.
Also, Mark Jackson back into the game. Larry Bird did not like what he saw with Travis Best. They were minus 10 with that matchup on the floor. Childs, Travis Best.
Patrick puts up a shot right away. It's blocked. Patrick takes a spill, and there's an Indiana foul.
Now, Patrick knows that he's struggling shooting, so he's trying to get to the basket and draw contact, trying to do anything he can to get to the foul line so he can get some rhythm and try to get himself offensively involved in this game.
Second foul on Smith. First free throw, can't tie it. Derek McKee, definitely not at full strength, goes out. Chris Mullen back in.
See, I thought when McKee was in the game, Mills let him off the hook. McKee was out there injured, and Mills never challenged him once.
The Knicks pull even. Childs on Jackson. Van Gundy likes Childs' defense on Jackson better than that of Ward. Mark trying to back him down. Finds Smith. Into the lane goes Smith. A whistle before the shot. Foul on Ewing.
When you play Rick Smith, you have to be so concerned about his open shooting that when he catches that ball in that little medium post, you've got to close out on him. Patrick did, but he closed out on his left hand. You've got to close out on his right hand, so when he puts it down on the floor, you'll be waiting for him.
Jackson lost it. The Knicks have it. Starks sprinting ahead. Pass too long. He's able to save it. Fires out of the corner. And a rebounding foul on Chris Mills.
You saw a little bit of the frustration of Jeff Van Gundy there. A better pass by Chris Mills, and Starks has a layup. He led him too quickly, and then John Starks was so eager. He caught the ball, circled out, and took what I thought was a bad shot in those circumstances. That's where you got to pull the ball back and execute.
So New York was unable to take the lead, but they have erased a 13-point Indiana advantage. The Pacers once led 19-6. We're now even up at 31. Tomorrow, an NBC world premiere movie event based on the true story of the man who brought down mob boss John Gotti. Witness to the Mob begins at 9, 8 Central tomorrow on NBC. Dale Davis, a notoriously poor free throw shooter, clangs the first one.
See, with a guy like John Starks, you never want to discourage him, but you've got to channel him, and that's very tough because Starks is always on the edge.
Davis misses them both. The Pacers are 3 of 9 at the free throw line in this first half. Mills got it. And on the 3, New York has its first lead.
New York is going to need Mills' outside shooting. He's going to have to step up and be the third scorer on this team today.
Remember now, game 1, Indiana starters got off to a horrible start. They were down 19 in the first quarter. The bench came in and rescued them. Today, it's been the reverse of that. The New York starters got off to a bad start, and New York's benches come in and come to the rescue.
On the heels of the 3, Mills commits a foul, his second.
Very important here to watch now. At the 5:27 mark of the second quarter, Indiana started shooting free throws. They shoot free throws the rest of this quarter. Let's see if they can take advantage of that. That's been a real key in the first 2 wins of this series.
Reggie, an 87% free throw shooter, cans them both. Here's Childs, head of the key, and Chris Childs has brought a different game to the Garden this afternoon. Reggie with Houston up on him. 2 seconds to shoot. Jackson throws up a wild hook, no good.
See, that was great defense by Allen Houston. He knows that Reggie Miller likes to drive right, and he sent him left.
But the Knicks turn it over as Johnson couldn't latch onto the pass. Had the pass sail over his head and hit the underside of the backboard on the Mullen pass, and New York gets it back. And to sail a pass over Smith's head takes some doing. He's 7-4. Johnson in the paint. Ewing open. Patrick hit it. Smith ran at him, but too late.
Inside, outside. The offense is going inside, outside. That's the shot that Patrick has made a living off. That little baseline jump shot facing up at about 12 feet.
Jackson backs Childs down. And Childs fouled him.
The interior pass to Larry Johnson. Rick Smith helps to kick out to Patrick Ewing the open shot. Just keep it simple.
Patrick Ewing, after hitting the jumper, sharing his